Talladega Super Speedway opened back in 1969. Big, bad, and fast, 2.66 miles around. It's a place where the unusual can and will happen. Will Jimmy Johnson stay on a roll, or could Ricky Bobby win? It's time to shake it, bang.
Why are so many people coming to Talladega, Alabama?
This is a race fan's dream place. I mean, it's an exciting place to be. You have got to respect this place. You get yourself in trouble. When that driver show up, they don't talk about how much fun this place is. They very much respect it.
You can be first one lap and last the next. It is more than just a race. It's an event.
Talladega Day has turned into a Talladega night. Trackside Live right outside the sprawling, spacious Talladega Super Speedway. Jeff Hammond, Larry McReynolds, Steve Burns, Elliott Sadler, always pumped up to be a part of the madness. And this weekend, boys, it's Halloween.
Can't think of a better track to have it at.
All the wild things happen here, don't they?
Yes.
This is where the wild
These
things
are.
people.
Once again, these are my people. And we're going to get her done.
He's going to run for mayor down there, I think. Like a senator or something. He'd be good at that.
Hey, wait a minute.
Senator McReynolds.
He's got to start out being a dog catcher first.
You got to start somewhere.
In case you didn't know, Larry McReynolds is from Birmingham.
But these people, they know how to work hard and to play hard.
Yes.
Nobody does it better than they do it.
Except maybe Elliott Sadler.
What? I definitely work hard. Let's talk about some racing.
Hey, you know, 4 races to go in the chase, Elliott. Let's take a look at our point standings brought to you by Wrangler. Jimmy Johnson comes in here with a 118-point lead. And, gentlemen, right now, looks like a 3-driver race.
But,
however,
where are we at?
Talladega.
What weekend is this?
Halloween.
So what does that tell you?
A lot can happen.
It could be trick or treat. I mean, I look at it like this, guys. This place is a perfect storm. We take a look at our little scoreboard there. Now, I like the way we had it set up early today because I really think Juan Pablo Montoya and Kurt Busch, well, they're kind of half in and they're half out because they're right on that edge of no return, you might say. The rest of the guys, we really feel like it's going to take a big turnaround, even for a guy like Ryan Newman to even think about getting in this thing. And it's nothing against Ryan Newman. When you look at the record, guys, Jimmy Johnson, I mean, he's fantastic. I mean, that whole team, they're fantastic.
How to add a period to your however,
okay.
Practice today was crazy.
Already.
4 wide, nose and tail, 6
in the first 2 minutes.
Woo!
Yeah, 7 minutes into the first practice session, and this is what happened 4 wide going off into turn 3. Somebody checked up, somebody else checked up. Next thing you know, they were in the back of Clint Boyer. They had to spend a lot of time repairing this car, and actually Sam Hornish Jr. in the 77 car had to go to backup. And from that point on, NASCAR was heavily warning drivers, this is practice. We want to see daylight between rear bumpers and front bumpers.
Elliott, you've got to tell us, what is it like to practice here? Much less, is it like a race, or what is it? I mean, when you get out there, I mean, how crazy really is it?
You do want to put your car in a lot of different situations to see how it's going to do in the race. Whether you're pushing the guy in front of you, like we see 55 Michael Waltrip doing to Jimmy Johnson, or them guys pushing you. You want to be in the middle lane, the top lane. You know, the big difference between today in the race is our cars have to go through templates tomorrow before qualifying. So you really don't want to go up and slam into the guy in front of you, but you want to push him a little bit like Michael Waltrip is doing here. And I'm going to go on record in saying this, Sunday will be the wildest race we've seen in a long time here at Talladega because of these new restrictor plates. We learned here today as drivers, you can't just draft anymore. If you just draft and ride behind the guy in front of you, you're not going to pass anybody. We found it today with these small restrictor plates. The harder you hit the guy and the harder you push the guy in front of you, That's the only way you can pass. The faster you're going to run.
Steve,
guys, it's going to be crazy
do
Sunday.
you realize that Elliott Sadler is saying that in 40 years of racing down here at Talladega, this is going to be the wildest?
And
Yes.
that comes from a guy that has had a few wild rides
Yes.
at this place.
I tell you, practice. We didn't make it 3 minutes today in practice. And it's because, you know, we've painted ourselves in this box where we really have. Look, the 11 and the 9 are by themselves right here. They passed every single car in the draft, go to the front, and became the 2 quickest cars in practice. This is not 10 cars lined up, guys. This is 2 guys hooked up bumper to bumper. That's the fastest way to get around Talladega with these restrictor plates right now. You're going to see a lot of cars doing this on Sunday.
Have you got a dance partner picked out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I know who your
Whoever's
dance
really
partner is.
fast.
Yeah, whoever can help you the most.
That's exactly right. You know, we try to make all these deals, and you want to help this guy, and you want to help that guy. It's who can push me the fastest to the front, or who can I push the fastest to the front.
Hey,
That's
Steve.
my teammate,
Hey,
my
Steve,
partner.
Have you noticed that this show is kind of like practice? It's gotten out of control in a hurry.
And why would that be different?
You know what? I can make
A well-oiled machine
Yes,
is what we
sir.
run
I
here.
can make these people cheer on cue.
Well, while the Alabama fans, Freebird, while they cheer for Larry Mack, we will let you know that Carl Edwards is in the house, and he'll be with us next here on Trackside.
Trackside is presented by new Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines and brought to you in part by Camping World. Visit campingworld.com for all your camping and outdoor needs.
Carl Edwards came out of Missouri as an unknown and has skyrocketed to fame in NASCAR racing in both the Nationwide Series and the Sprint Cup Series, already a 16-time winner at the top level. And welcome the driver, the number 99 Ford for Roush Fenway Racing, Carl Edwards.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's up?
We like to call it Cousin Carl.
Cousin Carl. Cousin Carl's walking a lot better here the last few weeks.
A lot better. I talked to my doctor today, and he said that everything's healing up fine. So that's good. That's good. I still got to wear this boot.
I was getting ready to say, that don't look no Justin boot to me.
It's not a Justin boot, but it's there. Here, check it out.
Yeah.
I've been wearing it out. The bottom's a little worn out. I've been hiking.
Well,
the woods with it a
something
little
tells me you could use a boot that size on your right foot. It's in this place here.
bit. So somebody said, they said, you don't even have to take that off to race. You just have to hold it wide open. So, yeah, this is going to be crazy. I mean, you guys talked about it. Practice was wild. I mean, it started in it's like people were up by the fence.
7 minutes
in the grass.
into it.
And I was like, Bob, I even told Bob, I said, Bob, you want me to go up here and race? What do you want me to do? And,
Well, then tell us about that. We were on board with you when it all happened, and we thought that you had done something, but when we started looking back, it really started at the very front of the pack. Looked like maybe with the 24 and the 88, they kind of got together, and it started a domino effect, and the guy who got the worst end of it was the 77, as well as Clint Boyer.
Yeah, all I heard was, it looks like the 24 is slow, and then everybody in front of me stopped. And I was like, man, Sam, sorry about this, but I was on the brake and I hit him as straight as I could. Luckily, it folded up his left rear of his car and didn't spin him. And then Clint did a good job at getting on the binders and wrecked himself. But
this is what we saw. We were listening to you. We heard
Looks
you
like
get on
what
the
I saw,
binder, and it just like you're trying to slow down, but you could see everybody in front of you had already kind of like stopped and went.
yeah, you can see those front cars up there slowing down a little bit. It happened so quick. Everybody just checks up, and it's a little bit of a
I was trying to explain to him how hard it is to see through these cars.
Yeah, you're right. And I look back through my back window, I got more braces than ever. And so I mean, it's harder and harder. The more bracing you put back there, you can't see past the wing. You can't see through the window.
You know what this is
It
like.
feels really good.
You know what this is like.
Yeah, it's
To
fun.
me, it reminds me of Junior's old mules. You put blinders on these drivers, and you just kind of
But the blinder's not supposed to be right here.
Yeah.
That's a problem. You forget how fast you're going.
Yeah.
You're driving along, and then something happens. You're like, man, that's
Pick up speed.
Yeah, for sure.
Carl, when kids are growing up, I think they dream of maybe making highlight reels, whatever sport they choose to go in. You're kind of making Talladega highlight reels the hard way. It needs to be a little easier than what you've done the last 2 races here.
Yeah, it's been ugly. But
this was a year ago.
Yeah, that was a great one, huh? Somehow I magically wrecked just about every one of my teammates in that one. You know, that's frustrating. You know, the deal is, as I said after that wreck, you know, I'm always worried about the idiots, and I was the idiot in that one. And you know, it's a hard place to race. You can wait till the very end. Look here, 200 yards from the finish, and you can still end up on your roof wrecked and in the fence. But crazy thing about this one is Blake Bobbitt that was injured. I get to meet her this weekend on Sunday. She's doing really well. She's actually going to come back to the races, and she's a cool chick.
Now, the funny thing about this, and I don't know if we have this part, is you got out of your car and you said, I'm going to complete 188 laps. And you decided, were you just venting frustration, or what were you trying to accomplish here?
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, it is Talladega. And, yeah, my brother pointed out, and he's right. I did think it might have counted too. So it was
worth the effort. You didn't have that far to go.
I'm not going to not go.
That's
it was right there, you know. So yeah, hopefully I make it across with the car. I should have taken the transponder.
That's what you should have done.
That's what I should have done. So it would have clicked over on the scoreboard. But next time I will take.
Words of thought.
Whoa. You want to do it next time?
No, I don't want to, but the way these things are, I mean, Elliot, you said it.
Yeah.
There's bound to be something crazy happening.
You know, and I flipped 2 races here in a row, once on the backstretch and once at the start-finish line. And, you know, you try to think to yourself, what do I need to do different? Do I race in the back for a little while? Do I run up front? You never know where the wreck is going to be. So how do you race Talladega? What is the correct way?
I don't know, man. That's the question. And I've done it both ways, and I've wrecked both ways. And,
yeah, because that wreck in the spring, I think you ran 35th or worse about 160 laps of the race.
Right, and then I went up there and started to race, and that didn't work out. So but I've seen the leaders wreck, obviously right there. You know,
you can run, but
I mean,
you
going
can't
for the
hide.
win. So
Well, you know what, to me, what's still funny about it, I remember I asked you one time, tell me about that wreck on the back straightaway. And he said, Jeff, it wasn't too bad. He said, all of a sudden that sun gun, when it hit, it went boom, and the air went out of me. I went, He said, okay. About the time I was trying to get my breath back in, he said, I hit again, it went,
It was knocking the air out of me.
About the 4th time it went like it, he said, there was nothing to go about, you know.
Could you do that one more time, please? Thank you.
Well, I'm just saying, that's what he was doing.
I don't know what this guy in my ear means, but he says you got the ball.
Look, Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby is here. Shake and bake. To locate campgrounds near the Texas Motor Speedway, visit GoRVing.com. You'll also find virtual RV tours, a free DVD offer, and RV dealer and rental locations in your area. Trackside Live back at the Talladega Super Speedway. Carl Edwards hanging out with Jeff Hammond, Larry McReynolds, Steve Burns, and Elliott Sadler. Just 4 races remain to determine the 2009 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion. Well, we've been talking racing all day, but these guys, both these guys, have some exciting news, and because of that, I wanted to share. Carl Edwards, here's a bag for you.
Oh, thank you
because
very much.
he's an expectant father.
Should I open it now?
You sure can, as is Elliott Sadler.
Thank you very much.
And Elliott, tell the exciting news you and your wife Amanda just found out.
We found out we're having a baby boy. We found out this week.
And he's staying away from my baby girl.
And you're going to read those books. It'll be some of the best memories of your life.
Oh,
when
look
you
at
read
that.
to your
Oh, there
children.
we go. Little kid playing
Good Night Moon is the
by
best
the
one.
toilet. That's
Good Night Moon, yeah.
Good Night Moon.
That's a good
That's a
Hey, well,
classic.
thanks.
Where's Good Night Moon?
The very end
Oh,
of it,
there it
Elliott.
is, right there.
It says, good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere. And your little boy's going to look up and go, oh, Daddy.
What did you just say?
Hey, you know what? You need to save that for the end of the show when we're getting ready to sign off.
I like that.
And the end is good night noises everywhere. So yeah,
That's it.
that'd be for you, Hammond.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
I thought you meant
We're
you were
good.
cut.
We're good.
I mean,
How excited, Carl, are you about having a child?
I'm real excited. I mean, it's unbelievable. I've already been, you know, I talked to Kate's belly, and it's crazy. It's a life-changing experience already. So you know how it is. I can't imagine. I had a dream the other night that she was walking, you know, and I mean, it's crazy.
Now when
Watch your
are
bag,
you
you better follow
and Kate due, Carl?
February, somewhere about the Daytona 500, 15th, 17th.
And Elliott, your baby.
March 8th.
Okay.
So,
There to
Oh,
go.
yeah.
but see, the thing is, Carl was real excited about his baby girl. He found out he was having a baby boy.
I can't wait. It's like Carl said, and we talked about it at Charlotte last week. I mean, a couple weeks ago. It's just a life-changing experience. It's just a neat deal. A lot of cool things happening in our life, and I just can't wait for that chapter of my life to begin.
Right. Yeah, I feel blessed just to be married to Kate and to think that we're gonna have family. That's cool.
They're both of
Very
you.
lucky.
You're gonna go into the delivery room, cut the umbilical cord, gonna do all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
If they're holding me up, yeah.
Big bad race car driver.
You mean you can gut a deer and
We'll
you can't,
see what
you can't
happens.
deliver a baby?
I don't know. We'll see. Never done it before.
It
First
will
time.
be one of the neatest
Yeah.
things. Both you guys have won races. It can't even come close to this experience.
I got me a
promise.
hat with a coach written.
Yeah, the
Coach.
ultrasound for me when
it's crazy.
when she started moving. I mean, I was like, whoa! I just got real dizzy. I was like, man, that's weird. I don't even. It's like a parallel dimension. You know, like, I can't believe this is happening. So yeah, same deal. I have to sit down.
Yeah,
for sure.
awesome. Can't wait for that.
Congratulations,
Thank
boys.
you very much.
So does that mean when we go to Daytona, we're going to have these two guys back on, and you're going to be giving how to put diapers on
Nope.
instructions
Got,
again?
got the books. That
Books.
got it covered.
Thank you.
You're
for
a
the
great teacher.
Yep.
You know, Carl, just kind of following up on this, I was reading your website, and it didn't surprise me when I read this that you feel like life is too short, that in this lifetime you want to do a lot of things and you want to see a lot of things just as much as you possibly can. You're not afraid of taking on a challenge.
No, I think that's the greatest thing about life is, you know, getting to experience stuff. I mean, right now we're sitting here at Talladega, you know, I mean, racing cars, got a kid on the way. And I mean, to me, life is about what comes next. And, you know, Hammond knows that. We've hung out and gone and done some fun things. And I think that's what it's about. So, yeah, that's cool. What do you got something for me here?
No.
No,
I just
no.
thought that was a great
As I got
quote.
deeper in there, I thought, we're going to have a track.
Here it
And
is.
trust me, when you said you've been hanging out with Hammond doing things, I'm not going to do a follow-up question. That's the end of that subject.
We can talk about the stuff that he and I have done. Okay?
Man, we better just stop.
I know.
Okay.
But talking about doing stuff, I saw a picture in the paper. You were down in, was it Homestead or down in Miami?
Oh, yeah.
You were
yeah.
doing some stuff promoting the Ford Championship weekend. I saw a picture of you doing a big flip off into the.
Homestead Miami Speedway. I can't do a backflip because, you know, my foot's still messed
Right.
up. I can do the flip, I just can't land. So this girl, I mean, she's pretty, got her makeup done nice in her hair and her nice clothes on, and she's doing the interview. And like every interviewer, she says, so you going to do a backflip after this? I was like, if you'll do one off the boat, I'll do it right now. You know, just joking around. She's like, okay, I'll do it. And she took off her sweater and stood up there and jumped right in with her clothes on. And I was like, I got to do it now. I stuck my foot right there in my mouth. So it's a cool clip. It's out there somewhere. But she was a trooper.
That's cool.
And it wasn't a setup?
No, I didn't think she was going to do it. You know, I've kind of joked around about people. They say, hey, do a backflip. I'm like, well, you first. She did it.
But you
so.
had shorts on. You had your shorts and shirt off.
Hey, and I
like
had
that?
to change of clothes
Oh.
in my car, so I was good. She found that out. She was really mad. But she was so.
She didn't have a change of
No,
clothes.
she did not. She did not.
Is John Cena here? I'm starting to feel like We'll have more with Carl Edwards a little bit later on. Kevin Harvick will join us here on Trackside Live on Halloween weekend. Back at the Talladega Super Speedway, we're going to open up our shell garage, and Elliott Sadler has said this will be the wildest race in history at Talladega. So, Elliott, Carl, take us around this Talladega Super Speedway.
I just think this place, it's got so much grip, and since we slowed the cars down some, it's made the cars in a tighter pack. And you can run on the bottom, middle, of the top as we see, but I think it's finding that right drafting part, and the cars lining up bumper to bumper, and just pick the fastest line. And look, I mean, you see the 6 car pushing the 5, and I promise you he's pushing the guy in front of him. Look how you can't see really through the 5's windshield to see what's going on in front of him.
Yeah, this is the point where I'm deciding, boy, do I want to go up here and get in this pack. And, you know, and imagine the spotters. I mean, I stood up on the spotting stand at you know, the top of the tower at Daytona. I don't trust a word Jason Hedleski says, not because Jason's not the greatest spotter in the garage, but because you just can't see, you know. And so, you know, when they're coming down the straightaway like that, you're kind of on your own. It's like Kenny Schrader said, you know, the spotter is only, you can only blame so much on him because you're the guy with the steering wheel. So it's kind of got to balance how aggressive you want to be there.
Well, you made all these comments, and we talked about how the strategy is going to kind of play out this weekend. If you had to tonight, I'm putting you on the spot, what kind of strategy is Carl Edwards going to be looking to do with that 99 car?
I'm going to race as hard as I can. I mean, we're 10th in points. You know, I'm going for a win. And I say that, I want to be there at the end, but at the end, I'm racing hard, and
All
that's
right.
what I'm doing.
Now you're Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, man, if I'm Jimmy Johnson, Boy, I'm going to find a couple people, and I'm going to go sit about a quarter mile behind that group, and I'm probably never even going to think about it. I mean, just, you know, whatever it takes, a shocker or something. The throttle goes to the floor, electrical current, just to stop you, because he has the potential to lose a lot of points.
Yeah, we were talking today. He's one of the only teams that can actually give up some points, but they don't want to give up what they've worked for 6 races to accumulate.
No, and you don't want to give it up because somebody else's tire blew, or you know, or somebody was bump drafting the wrong way, like I was a year ago. I mean, you don't want to give it up for those reasons. You gotta, you know how it is. You want it to be, you want to choose your own destiny, not have somebody choose it for you.
I still think that was a funny thing you said last week about going to take him to play Frisbee.
Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy, if you want to go play Frisbee anytime, we can do it, whatever.
Played like a crutch, Rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it didn't slow you down very much.
No, it didn't.
I just think it's funny. It was funny to say.
Carl,
Kevin's like, let's analyze this, Carl.
Did it bother you in any way? Because I don't think.
Yeah.
Maybe
You still get to hit the gas pedal on the right, and looks to be okay, and you walked up here okay.
Say maybe Jimmy'd want to take you guys on a golf cart ride.
It's funny. There you have it. Well, you're still able to drive with the championships. So that didn't really work.
Yeah.
Were we going to ask a question? Did I mess that up?
I have a question. Carl, doing the Monday night show with Greg Biffle, you know, he has said that, we've had good race cars. At times we've had great race cars, but he said organizationally, we just have to keep working. My point is, or I guess my question to you is, everybody in there works hard. So what else is there to do?
Everybody works hard, and I mean, we scored a ton of points last year. Wins, top 5s, top 10s. I'm the same guy, driving harder, you know, really. And Bob's the same guy. Our guys are working the same. We haven't slowed down. I mean, you know how it is. The other guys have just sped up. They found some things. So we got to keep working on it. And it just shows you, I mean, somebody pointed out, you know, there's ups and downs for everybody but the 48. There's ups and downs, and you got to, you just can't get down. You can't start pointing fingers, and that's what our guys are good at. I think the meetings are productive, and our guys are doing the right thing. We just got to figure it out.
Carl, last weekend, did you feel like you maybe had a target on your back both races, at Memphis on Saturday and at Martinsville on Sunday?
At Memphis, that was frustrating. And I just heard some news today. I don't know if you guys heard that they're not going to have a race there next year.
Right. They have closed Memphis.
Man, that's so frustrating. That place is awesome. I mean, it's truly one of the most fun racetracks that we go to. And Brad got me there. And I ran into him today. He actually called me this week, and then I didn't run into him today. That's Sunday. But no, today we actually talked, and we joked around a little bit about it. And I think he understands that.
Now, that deal at Memphis was early enough. You were able to recover to finish 6th, but then this episode here happened very late in the race, like on the last lap, I think.
Yeah, this isn't the last lap. This is when Kyle and I had a little bit of confusion over who should be in front, and we got that worked out. The last lap was just me saying, look, I'm 12th. You know, we messed up enough to be here in 12th, but I just was in denial. I'm not going to finish 12th here. And I braked too hard. The guys choked up, and I got it axle hopping. And I looked at all those guys in front of me, and I thought, I'll just go around them, hit the fence, and move on. And that's what I did.
That did not work at Kansas. It probably was not going to work at Martinsville.
No, it didn't. It didn't work.
You gotta try it, though.
And I was not trying at Martinsville. Kansas, I kind of had an idea I was going to hit the fence. At Martinsville, I'm going down there in turn 3 and looking at the crowd like, get out of the way. Like, this is not stopping. I'm coming. And, it was not good.
Boy.
Not good.
Carl, by any standard, you've had a great season.
Hey, we got any more clips of some other wrecks? Because I'd love to talk about.
Hey, come back tomorrow night. Coming back tomorrow night, correct?
You know, yeah, tomorrow night I'll be back. And, we can talk more about.
Hey,
I did.
Carl, tomorrow night we'll have your first truck race from Martinsville. How about that?
Oh, that'd be even better. Yep, that'll be even better.
That's great. He'll never come back on.
Thanks for having me. Hey, tomorrow is going to be fun, you guys.
Yeah.
My costume is, you're going to love it, I think. It's pretty good. Might not even recognize me when I come in.
Yeah, Larry's got his on tonight.
Oh, hey, yeah, I was going to comment.
Now the 6:50 Eastern
by
tomorrow
the way,
night.
I do.
That's nice.
I know a lot of elephant jokes, but I'm not going to tell you that.
That's smart. And the FCC thanks you, and we appreciate that.
Folks,
What college football team do you pull for?
University of Missouri.
What's their record this year, I might ask?
I think it's 4-3.
Would you like to know what theirs is?
What is it?
8-0, is that right? 8-0.
Man. I'm still behind Gary Pinkel and my Tigers. They're the best. So
This guy's huffing and puffing in our ear. You might want to take us a break.
What I was trying to say is thank you.
hey, thank you guys. It's always fun. Tomorrow will be a blast.
All right, 6:30 Eastern tomorrow night here, a special edition of Trackside, but then again, aren't they all? 6:30 Eastern here on Speed. Coming up in just a bit, Kevin Harvick.
Wipe-All wipers are the crew chief's choice for replacement of shop towels and rags around the garage area. And this week I've caught up with Bob Osborne and Todd Barry to discuss the background of this great award and what they make the decisions on as far as the different crew chiefs who win the award each and every week. So Todd, each and every week we're looking for something special out of the crew chief who winds up winning the award. What are you looking for?
You know, we're looking for a call late in the race or any given point of the race, so we'll get a guy in contention to win or contention for a top 5. Not necessarily the guy that wins the race week in, week out. Just something that, you know, sticks out to show that the crew chief made a great call to get him into victory lane or in a good finish.
Bob, when it comes to this product, as far as Wipe-All is concerned and the different things that they have, why do you and your team continue using it? I mean, you've been around the program for a couple years now.
I really like the convenience and safety that comes with the Wipe-All wipers. The guys in the shop can just grab a box and go where the work needs to be done. When it's time to clean up, grab a couple of the wipers, clean up, dispose of. Don't have to worry about the inconveniences of a laundered shop rag.
Well, we're headed down here to the finish, and it looks like, you know, former winner Chad Knaus and Darian Grubb have got a great battle going on. Bob, who do you think can pull it off?
Man, I think Darian Grubb's going to pull it out at the end.
Todd, how about you?
I'm going with Bob. I think Darian's going to be the guy.
Well, folks, we want to know what you think at home. So what we want you to do, we want you to go to facebook.com/Wipe-All wipers and tell us who you believe is going to wind up pulling it out with just 4 races to go.
And go right now to wipeall.com/speed and click on the speed button for a free box of Wipe-All Wipers product and for the chance to win a VIP experience to next summer's Irwin Tools 500 night race at Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's take a look back at race number 6 of the chase with our Inside Sprint Cup mobile moment.
Radio check 1 2. 10-4, got you. Check 1 2. I got you there. You got me okay?
All right, tighten your belts up.
Radio check 1 2. 10-4, got you. Check 1 2. I got you there. You got me okay?
All right, tighten your belts up. If you want to go this time, 500 laps here today in Martinsville.
Flags are waving throughout the grandstand area. We're underway.
Triple turn 2, Michael Waltrip, flat left rear tire.
Tighten the center, snap and loose off. Really hurting a little bit on forward drive. 10-4, buddy.
We're going to change right sides, guys. Right side.
4 tires, 2 rounds out, left rear.
5 away. We're here on the left. Wheel straight, foot on the brake. Clear 1 lane, 88 outside, 88 outside. Clear, clear, clear.
I'm sure we got extensive damage to the right front.
He's got a pretty good amount of damage right there. And the only thing I'd be worried about at this point is whether it's going to rub the tire or not.
Looks like it just peeled the bumper cover open, didn't it?
Yeah, peeled it open between 2 and 3 o'clock is bent in toward the tire. 29 thinks it'll be okay.
Bunch of jacking around out there, so just nice and smooth. Just wheel it on from there, but it's going to stack. Stack it. Green, come on. Still outside.
There's some banging going on. Jeff Gordon, Juan Pablo Montoya just side slap doors coming down the back straightaway into turn 3.
Inside.
I tell you what, I don't know what is wrong with him, but I'm pissed. He's got the best car out here. He doesn't know what to do with it.
You got to pull every fender there is in the freaking car. That freaking 24.
You know, we're running side by side. It was okay, and then he started getting wider and wider and starting to hit me every freaking corner.
Hey, Jeff, they just come down here on 42 cars, so they just didn't want to beat the bank like that all day now.
They're talking to the wrong guy then. They need to be talking to their own damn driver. I didn't start that at all.
Tempo, kind of hard not to beat bang when the guy's, lifting your rear tires up, getting in the corner. Still there. Still there. Clear.
Denningham on the leader. Johnson in second.
That's what I'm talking about. Denny Hamlin.
Nice job, guys. Mike, awesome car. Wheels, sparky, everybody. Nice job.
Hey, bud, we don't need that car, so you can burn her down.
Find me a porter, John. I've got the feeling you wouldn't believe.
So do I.
Hey, a little bit of late-breaking news here in the Camping World Truck Series. The number 3 truck driven by Austin Dillon failed post-qualifying inspection here today at Talladega. His time was disallowed. The truck was too low. Coming up, Kevin Harvick joins us here with the Pooch on Trackside.
Inside Sprint Cup Mobile has been presented by Sprint. Follow the drama of the chase of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series with live race radio, stats, and in-car audio, all in real time with NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile, only from Sprint and only on the Now Network.
Kevin Harvick grew up in Bakersfield, California, started racing late models, moved his way up into the Camping World Truck Series, then the Nationwide Series where he's won a championship and an 11-time winner in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. And welcome the driver of the Shell Pennzoil Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, Kevin Harvick.
How's it going?
What are you doing?
You guys look good in pink.
We feel good in pink.
Thanks your head, Larry.
Yeah. How are you?
He said it matches your head.
Had to go there, didn't you?
Well, just come right out of the gates.
Oh, I got a lot for you tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see this.
Is this what Hammond was talking about, surprises?
Uh-oh.
Could be.
Cat's out of the bag.
Cat's out of the
Do
bag.
we have to wait for it, or we just go ahead and get right to it?
Whatever you guys want to do.
Let's go ahead and get right to it. It's your show. You go ahead and start.
Oh, it's your show.
As they like to say, let's just get right to the rat killing.
Well, I'm supposed to do the Shell Fuel My Passion finalists first. So we've got our 15 finalists selected for our Shell Fuel My Passion finalists for this week, and these people are very passionate about their cars.
Hold that for me,
and they've got the finalists selected. So we'll see how that turns out. Somebody can win a Harley or a lot of cool gas card prizes. But my best prize possession, oh boy, is a picture of you, Larry.
Nice. Yes.
Oh, this is even better.
Look at that.
And I think this is Larry right here.
I think you're right.
What's on those pants?
Pants and all.
That is cool.
That's old school.
Sure. Want to keep it?
Actually,
we've got an extra in case you get rid of it.
He's got hair.
A little bit of history about this picture right here. This was probably in 1975 or 1976, and this was the very first race car that I worked on. And my aunt, that you see there in the driver's uniform, she was the driver. This was the first race car that I worked on 30-something years ago. And
so you were like 40-something then? 30, 40?
Started at a very young age.
Okay.
That is pretty cool. I had no idea what you were about to break out over there. Thank you very much.
No problem. So how's it going?
How was practice today? Did you have fun?
It was pretty exciting. I vote for a 2-day show here. How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's one of those things where you kind of come with what you got. You guys know this. You come with what you've got, and but our Shell Pennzoil Chevrolet was pretty good. So we just kind of fooled around and kind of you don't get a chance to go.
I told him it was going to be pretty wild on Sunday with all the bump drafting.
You need somebody to be right on your bumper or right on their bumper. It's just these cars just go so fast when you get two cars right together like that. So it's going to be wild.
You know, Kevin, a few weeks ago, you and Richard Childress together put out a press release to try to kind of, put down all the rumors and things. Said, look, we're together, we're committed to get better this year and move forward to 2010. And I'm definitely seeing some light at the end of the tunnel at Richard Childress Racing. I look at the 29 car along, a couple of 10th place finishes, 2 out of the last 3 races. We know that's not what you guys want, but it's in the right direction.
Oh, I mean, we're just happy that we're disappointed with 10th again.
Right.
It's one of those things where we were we were so far off at the beginning of the year. We had a couple of good races at the very beginning of the year, but in the middle of the year, we just got way, way, way off. And you know, Gil and all the guys at RCR have done a good job. Felt like we had a solid top 10 car last week, and really since Indianapolis, you know, we've really had competitive cars. And
you were really good at Atlanta back at Labor Day.
Yeah, we had a chance to win Atlanta, and just have gotten. Not only have the cars been off, but we've gotten more wrecks this year than I think I've been in my whole Cup career. So it's just been one of those years from the get-go that have just been tough.
You mentioned Gil's name, and you worked with Todd Berria forever. How's that transition going in your communication now? You guys on the exact same page where he knows what too loose is or too tight is? I mean, is that getting better and better?
I think so. I think, I think the communication is good. Gil's a very good motivator for me. You know, Todd and I did a lot of things together for a lot of years, and you know, Todd and Casey have done really good. So it seems like everybody's started to click. I know they changed that deal again with Todd and Casey. So seems like everything is going good on our side. I'm happy that everything's going to stay consistent for next year with our team, and it's just it takes a little while to get going. It takes a little while for everybody to understand the lingo that you're talking.
Well, whenever I think of Halloween, I think of Rutledge Wood.
Speaking of lingo.
Halloween, Rut.
Oh, hey, Steve, it's me, Michael Waltrip. Rutledge had to take the night off. We're pretty excited back here. I don't know if I told you guys that I love Napa Auto Parts and Coca-Cola. And I grew my beard this afternoon since you've seen me at practice. I got Rick Allen here, my friend from the booth. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I was glad that you were up there with qualifying for us.
It was a lot of fun. I'm glad you dressed up like Maverick from Top Gun.
Thank you, Goose.
Are you going to wear that same costume tomorrow?
No, we wore costumes a year ago. We were Wizard of Oz, but I can't tell you what we're going to do tomorrow, but you got to tune in, 3:30.
And just stay with it, because after the race, I'm going to come down here, I'm going to change into my other costume, but this is not it. This is just my Friday casual gear, and then we'll just have a big party. We got crazy eyeballs. There's bats and weird spiders to hand out. Everybody watch it. It's going to be the time of your life. I love Coca-Cola. I love you, Matey.
Trackside Live back at the Talladega Super Speedway. Jeff Hammond, Larry McReynolds, Steve Burns, Elliott Sadler, and Kevin Harvick in just a few Halloween costumes.
More to come.
Yes.
Oh, man, that kind of looks like a Larry Mack in the middle of the night. We were talking about this racetrack in particular. You fared pretty well here. I mean, you've come into here with a 17-race streak. Now, I know in the spring you guys put together your car back to get it back out because of the crash you got into, but you run well here and you finish well. You've had a couple second-place finishes. What is there a secret to running Talladega? Again, not too many people can say I finished 17 500-mile races here at Talladega.
Yeah, this place has been fairly good for us. I mean, like you say, we got tore up in the last race, and the guys always do a good job of getting the cars back out and making something out of the day. But for the most part, we always have been competitive as we get towards the ends of the races, and you just got to miss the wrecks and put yourself in the right positions, and sometimes you can't put yourself in the right position, and it just all happens around you. So, you know, there's definitely a little bit of luck involved in that, but usually the cars run very well here, and that's what's put us in position.
Do you look for a particular guy, or do you like racing with somebody that kind of you
I always need help.
with?
I always need a lot of help.
Yeah, you know, it's just one of those deals. It seems like you get shoved in this line or you get shoved in that line, and then as the race kind of plays out, it seems like you venture towards a certain group of people, and you know, you wind up being in the right spot sometimes, and sometimes you're not. So it's really kind of a chess game, and there's a lot of times we've lost by being in the wrong spot too. So
sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
That's right, exactly.
I want to talk about Kevin Harvick, the owner of KHI, from day one till now. Great possibility of winning another championship. How much are you involved in that day-to-day, hands-on, helping the guys as far as testing and doing stuff like that, or you just kind of let them, you run the business side and let those guys do the performance side?
Well, I really like the cars and trucks, and I like to be involved in the shop. Obviously, you know, you wind up having to be involved from the politics side of it or the sponsor side of it, or however that stuff shakes out. But with our full-time jobs, you wind up being away a lot. So we've been fortunate to have Rick Corelli, and we have a good crew chief with Rick Wren, and Ernie Cope has been a great addition to our team and really taken our nationwide program and helped turn it around. So we've got a good chemistry of people, and I feel like I can walk away for a month if I had to, and Rick's Corelli and Wren and Ernie are going to be able to handle everything that's going on. But I love pushing them. I love pushing them to the point of trying to make the trucks lighter or faster, and we've built a lot of trucks and cars for a lot of customers now. That's turned into a great business. So it's turned positive. It's been a lot of work, but it's something that I enjoy away from what I do on Sundays and the responsibilities there. So it's just one of those things that you enjoy to do those things away from the racetrack on Sunday.
More with Kevin Harvick coming up. Want to remind you that Sunday, NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot, comes to Talladega. See if the championship heats up. Jeff Gordon will join us live. Wendy Venturini chats with team owner Richard Childress. NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot, 10 Eastern.
Trackside is presented by new Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines. Brought to you in part by Go RVing. Go affordably. Go RVing. Visit GoRVing.com to get started on your road trip adventure. And by Wrangler, proud sponsor of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
Be at the Great American Speedway, the Texas Motor Speedway, next Friday night. Juan Pablo Montoya will join us for Trackside. Bob Greasy will not.
I don't have a good feeling about that.
Just saying. Kevin, I read about a program that you're involved with at-risk kids called Kevin's Crew. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a great program. They bring some underprivileged kids to the racetrack and just kind of let them be around the track, and we go and have a meet and greet with them every week. And Shell brings the kids in with the local police departments. They put the group together, and the first group actually came from California Speedway with the local police department there. So we do that quite often through the year, and Shell's great about giving back to the kids and the community, and we do a lot of programs like that.
And you enjoy it too?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun for me. And I tell you, the coolest thing we've done, we did our first high school racing series race at home. We had 10 schools compete against each other. We built them the cars, and they raced against each other. And I went and raced, and we ripped all the wheels off of every car but two and wound up crashing those at the end. So it was fun, though.
Good
Productive day.
Yeah, it was a good day.
You know, Kevin, my wife Linda and I, we just celebrated our 26th anniversary yesterday. Now, after tonight's show, we may not see 26 years in 2 days. But with that said, your wife, Delana, y'all been married for 8 years, and it's a relationship, I think, that is very cool because she's your wife. She's your business partner, and what I can pick up on, she's your best friend.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time together, obviously, at the racetrack and at home, and everything we do functions 24 hours a day. So it looks like she might have dressed you in the same kind of costume that she dressed the dog in. Is that what the Dumbo thing is on your head?
Is your dog dressed up as a pumpkin?
The dog's a pumpkin, yeah.
Kevin,
yeah.
What'd you call him?
A lot of similarities.
It looks like a Dumbo hat, isn't it?
Do you not know what this is symbolic? Do you
He just
not
said
know what
Dumbo.
state you're in? Tell him what state we're in.
Don't run too fast, you might take off.
I know we're in Alabama, but I don't see many of those on anybody's head out there.
Give him a little ball.
I got you.
It's new.
I saw you tweeting about that the other night, actually, the costume.
That's what I was going to ask him about. Do you tweet a lot?
All the time.
Yeah.
And look, you tweet about your buddy Josh all the time. And his pedicures and stuff like that, and he's kind of a fancy-looking guy. Does he ever work or do anything or just
Well, he works every once in a while, but Twitter, they kind of sold Twitter to me as, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I'm like, that's stupid. And then I figured out it's the easiest thing that you can do to communicate. So Twitter is pretty cool.
I follow Kevin Harvick.
You follow Kevin Harvick?
I follow Elliott Sadler.
See? Tweet funny stuff.
So you guys are going to be drafting partners come Sunday?
If he's fast.
At some point.
Are you going to tweet about my hat?
Probably not.
Hey, be with us at 6:30 tomorrow night. It's a Halloween special from Talladega. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.